Sister wives troublemaker Robyn's issues over divide with Meri are just the tip of the iceberg. Will she ever get along with Kody's exes amid Coyote Pass sale? Sister Wives star Robyn Brown may find it difficult to reconcile with her husband's former wives once again. Robyn became a part of Kody Brown's polygamous family in 2010. She was eager to be a part of his plural family and willing to share her husband with Meri, Janelle, and Cristin Brown. As time passed, Robyn developed a close friendship with one of the sister wives, particularly with Meri, offering her emotional and financial support. In return, Meri showed her loyalty to Robyn by legally divorcing Kody so he could marry Robyn and adopt her children from a previous marriage. Robyn and Meri remained close even during the COVID-19 pandemic. The two developed a strong connection, similar to the bond Janelle had formed with Cristin. Unfortunately, things didn't turn out as either of the women had hoped. In 2021, Cristin ended her relationship with Kody and moved away from the polygamous family. Shortly after, Janelle parted ways with Kody as well. While it appeared Meri would always support Robyn as sister wife, she surprised everyone by also ending her relationship with Kody. Meri decided to focus on her future and moved away from both Kody and Robyn. Meri and Robyn drifted apart after Meri moved away from Arizona and began focusing on her new life as a single woman. In April, Meri talked to Robyn about their current relationship, sharing her feelings about the distance between them. She confessed she once had a very solid relationship with Robyn, but it had deteriorated over time. Meri recognized that while she and Robyn had once been close, a rift had developed between them. Previously, they both had something to offer each other. Meri depended on Robyn to feel close to her former husband, Kody. Meanwhile, Robyn enjoyed spending time with Meri because she could confide in her about her problems. Ultimately, Robyn gained more from their friendship than Meri did. It's clear Meri made a mistake by placing her trust in Robyn instead of taking care of herself. There was a time when fans were hopeful Robyn would mesh well with the Brown family. However, she ultimately disappointed everyone by prioritizing her relationship with Kody over building connections with his other wives. Despite forming a strong connection with Meri based on common interests, their bond dissolved when Meri parted ways with Kody. Over the years, the TLC star has struggled to establish strong relationships with Janelle and Cristin on Sister Wives, leaving her on rocky terms with them. It seems unlikely the former wives will reconcile, as there seems to be little motivation for them to remain friends. Robyn Brown's stilettos clicked against the polished tile of her Flagstaff rental, echoing like warning shots through a battlefield that had once masqueraded as a plural marriage paradise. Outside, early spring wind whipped dust off Coyote Pass, sending little cyclones skittering across the red earth. Tiny, angry reminders that nothing here ever stayed still for long. She pulled her phone from her designer bag, another boutique splurge that Meri would surely side-eye, and scrolled through property sale notifications, offer received, offer withdrawn, buyer interested, cash, pending title dispute. The carousel spun like her thoughts, the divide with Meri, the passive-aggressive phone calls from Janelle, Cristin's triumphant Instagram stories to her millions of #WifeExit supporters. And floating above it all was that single, unavoidable question every Sister Wives fan now typed in bold. Will Robyn Brown ever get along with Kody's exes once Coyote Pass is gone? A fault line named divide. Meri had coined it first, the divide, during one raw, confessional couch interview back in season 17. At the time it sounded like melodrama, just another fracture in the ever-splintering Brown family geology. But the word stuck. It became both location and monster. A canyon carved between Robyn and Kody's first wife, wide enough to swallow trust, respect, and eventually friendship. Robyn replayed Meri's last text, "I want my equity out of the land sale, and I'm done pretending we're sisters." Meri's curt punctuation landed like a gavel. No hearts, no emojis. Not even the passive smiley face Meri usually deployed as olive branch and shield. Robyn typed, of course, "Whatever's fair," then deleted it. She tried "Can we talk?" Delete. She considered a 5-paragraph essay about loyalty, faith, and covenants. Delete, delete, delete. The cursor blinked back, a silent accuser. What could she say to a woman who felt erased by her very presence? The iceberg beneath. Fans loved to pin everything on the headline feud. Robyn versus Meri. Battle of the Sister Wives Titans, but Robyn knew the Meri divide was only the snowy tip. Beneath the surface lurked the hulking, unseen mass. Janelle's financial fury after realizing community funds had flowed into Robyn's 5-bedroom mortgage. Cristin's lingering sarcasm whenever the word loyal left Robyn's lips. Even Kody's own simmering frustration that his last standing marriage was turning into a PR bunker. Robyn had read ice road truck blogs once, a bizarre deep dive during her postpartum insomnia with little Ariella. Truckers warned that the scariest ice wasn't the clear sheet you saw, it was the hazy, milky layer beneath. That opacity meant hidden cracks, unpredictable breaks. That was the Brown family in 2025, opaque, unpredictable, and roaring with hidden fissures. Coyote Pass, desert shipwreck. If the family dream was their ship, Coyote Pass was the jagged reef that tore the hull apart. 4 years ago, Robyn had pictured a row of modern desert casas, connected by breezeways, children sprinting between kitchens with borrowed sugar and gossip, aunties cheering from mosaic-tiled porches. Instead, the land stood empty, a shrine to unfinished promises. Now a developer dangled 7 figures, preparing to bulldoze and parcel it into luxury eco-cabins. Kody, suddenly pragmatic, agreed. Janelle demanded her cut. Cristin cackled across state lines. Karma's cash, baby. Meri negotiated, lawyer in tow. And Robyn? She felt like a bride asked to auction off her own wedding ring, salvage metal from a dream gone rusted. Meri's ghost at the negotiation table. At yesterday's family Zoom, each square a frosty kingdom, Meri had appeared top center, pale mint walls behind her. She wore a Lizzie's Heritage Inn sweatshirt like armor. When Kody announced the tentative sale price, excitement buzzed around the grid. But Robyn watched Meri square. Her expression flickered, sad light angry sad again, like a candle battling breeze. Robyn imagined leaning through the screen. I never meant to be the wedge. I only wanted family. But pixels offered no passage for confessions. They simply froze and resumed. Later, Kody confessed in their kitchen that he felt like a divided patriarch. Robyn bit her tongue rather than point out that a patriarch needed a flock willing to be led, and right now his exes were sprinting for independent horizons. Could healing ever trend? Social media loved a redemption arc. #PrayForRobyn trended every time she cried on camera, and yes, she cried often. Influencers posted reaction videos chanting, "Girl, just apologize already." As though one public mea culpa could rewind a decade of bruised egos and lopsided intimacy. Still, Robyn wondered, what would apology even look like? A group retreat? Cristin would call it culty. A televised dinner? Janelle would demand separate checks. A humble, handwritten letter? Meri might frame it, then auction it on eBay. Kody suggested therapy. Robyn pictured a beige office, 4 ex-wives flanking her like disgruntled bridesmaids, and one ex-husband pontificating about principle. The therapist would need combat pay. The unasked question, underneath every headline, was the quieter query Robyn feared most. Does she even want to get along? On darker nights, the answer snagged on an inconvenient truth. Sometimes distance felt like survival. When Cristin joked about Kody's nacho lover hair, Robyn laughed, then felt traitorous for laughing. When Janelle posted a gym selfie #tagged #Solostrom, Robyn double-tapped, then wondered if that heart looked condescending. Meri was hardest. Once they'd shared midnight hot cocoa confessions in a Lehigh kitchen, giggling over Kody's mismatched socks. But after the catfishing scandal, after endless resets that never rebooted, Meri's smiles toward Robyn grew brittle, polite, extinct. And so Robyn stored her empathy in silent boxes, the way she now stored the kids' outgrown shoes, waiting for a yard sale that might never happen. Coyote Pass closing day, closing papers would be signed next Thursday. Robyn planned to walk the land alone at dawn, say goodbye to juniper-scented fantasies, maybe bury a time capsule. The original architectural sketches, Solomon's stick figure family drawing, a snippet of her wedding veil. Would that be strange? Probably, but grief rituals rarely photograph well. She imagined, though, the impossible scene afterward. Meri pulling up in her Jeep, stepping onto the dusty track in denim and determination. Wordlessly, they'd stand together, horizon bleeding rose gold. Meri might break first.